Jack Cavanagh, and I'm on the Data 249 data engineering cohort. I come originally from a scientific background, and I studied for my chemistry degree. I didn't really see myself in a lab, so after that I took a little bit of time out, did some world travelling, but then came back to the UK and worked primarily in hospitality, pulling pints in an event venue, working in a pub, working my way up into cocktail bars, which was a lot of fun. Eventually moving away from that and going into tech recruitment, but eventually decided I wanted to move into a more technical focused role, and I did a skills bootcamp in software development before finally joining Sparta as a data engineer. So, I mean, as far as my technical knowledge goes, while I was working in recruitment, I only really knew as much as I needed to fill the placements. I knew like the names of the software, general idea of what it was used for, but no sort of in-depth knowledge of how these technologies functioned or were used. But the more I learned about it, the more I found myself interested in the different technologies being used and the different skills. When I left recruitment, I knew I wanted to go into software, but I didn't really have an idea of how I was going to get there or what I was going to do. And then I got contacted by Sparta to join the data cohort. And I knew it was very interlinked between software and data. A lot of the skills are transferable. So before I joined Sparta, I was finding it difficult to get my first role. I was applying for all different tech roles, not being very successful at all. I don't think I made it past the application stage. While my skills were okay, not really enough to get that first role. But the training with Sparta is so much more in depth. It's phenomenal. It's very high paced, but it's also very sporty. The training was great. If you ever were stuck, not only did you have the trainers to lean on, you also had the rest of my cohort. There were points I felt a little bit out of my depth, but they came and went as quickly as they came, and my technical knowledge really came in leaps and bounds. I mean, this time last year, I'd barely done any coding at all, and now I've been on multiple projects building ETL pipelines, working with Scrum teams. Usually it's you pay to go on these education courses and you're paying to be there, but with Sparta it's the other way around, and you're learning as much as you can while being paid to do it. You're given that demonstrable experience of working in a team, developing in those agile methodologies, building a product, whereas you can't really get that experience working on your own at home. So I feel like it really does prepare you for a role in the industry. So yeah, it's been fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Anyone that was trying to get into tech, I feel like this is a great way in to join just such a fantastic industry. And even if you don't have that experience, Sparta can definitely get you to where you need to be an all-round competent engineer.